Hello, my friends, and welcome to my first look at the Paws and Claws update for Brotato. That's right, we have brand new stuff, a beta update just released today. I happened to get back from holiday just in time to try it out, so that's what we're doing today. I hope you're all doing well and are as excited as I am to see what the new stuff is. So I'm just going to jump right into it sight unseen. I will take a look at what unlocks there are, and we'll try to get those, and then we'll see what new items and new... Looks like there is one new character has shown up. So we have to unlock the Catling Gun, Bonk Dog, Bottomine, Beastmaster, and Loopworm items in order to unlock this new character. So let's take a look at the codex and we'll see what unlocks I should be aiming for. 6 weapons that scale with melee damage. Easy to do. Ranged, engineering, and elemental. Okay, so that is going to be pretty easy. We can get 6 screwdrivers will get us melee and engineering. Ranged and elemental damage we can pick up in another way. Reach at least 10 regen and 10 lifesteal in the same run. You can just start a run with Lich to do that. And leave 20 materials on the ground. Get hit by 3 enemy projectiles in one wave. That should be easy to arrange. And then these are unlocks for all of the other things. Okay, so what we're going to do to start is we're just going to jump in with Lich, and we'll try... that should immediately unlock one of the new items. We can pick up... Let's see, I want to get 6 weapons that scale with elemental, so I'm just going to go with the icicle for that. I don't think there's anything that scales with ranged and elemental. Oh, cool, there's a swimming animation now. I will say this bubble trail is a little distracting. Bear in mind, of course, that everything that we're seeing right now is in beta, so it's all subject to change. But I will probably be disabling the bubble trail if there is a setting to do that. But it is a cool graphic. So here, it doesn't matter what we pick. We're just trying to get 6 icicles, and that's all that we care about, because that's going to help us unlock stuff. So I'm just going to roll for those. Doing all the new unlocks, of course, so we can see what those are. And starting with Lich, because you start with 10 regen and 10 lifesteal, so that should immediately get the first of the unlockable items that we saw there. And let's see if we can get... Sure, we'll take that. Let's see if we can get... 3 more icicles this wave. We can't yet, so we'll just lock another one and just go straight to the next wave here. Always fun to get the process of unlocking these new items, I think, because it just is so exciting to see what is available and try to find the fastest ways to unlock it. It looks like all of these are very simple unlocks, so as soon as the patch releases, or if you want to opt into the beta on Steam, you should be able to try the new stuff as well. So we're going to go ahead and pick both of these, so that should give us the unlock, and then it didn't pop up the previous unlock. I'm wondering if Lich doesn't trigger it for some reason. But let's go ahead and end this run. Oh, I really like this graphic for pausing. So it looks like there is now a very quick visual representation here at the bottom, which I really like that. It is a little harder to see what waves the bosses are on. They should put the numbers under the boss waves so that you have still the numbers there, rather than having to count. Obviously, it's not hard to see that's 14 because it's 1 less than 15 and so on, but I would like to see the numbers under the boss waves. But yeah, let's go ahead and end the run, and that should have unlocked us 2 new things. So, we unlocked the Beastmaster. It is a pet. So, pets scale with some player stats, except range and percentage attack speed. So, we'll have to see exactly how those work. Spawns a Beastmaster pet that deals 1 plus 1% of your elemental damage. Every 4 seconds, it shoots burning projectiles in all directions, each dealing damage scaled on elemental. And they take really high elemental burning damage, 50% scaling. So this is a pretty powerful item, I think, if you're an elemental build. Spawns a Dock Moth pet that flies around the map. When the player's inside its aura, their HP regen and lifesteal are doubled. That is really strong as well. Doubling your regen or doubling your lifesteal for one item is going to be really, really powerful. So I think this is going to be a really strong item as well. This one might need some adjustment. We'll have to see how it works out in practice. Okay, so let's look at what else we want to unlock. Ooh, I like the graphic for these. So engineering, ranged, and melee damage. Leave 20 projectile or leave 20 materials, and then get hit by 3 enemy projectiles. So let's go ahead and do that. And I'm gonna see. Is there a way in the codex to see if what characters start with these weapons? I don't think so, right? It doesn't show that as a list, so I'll have to go through the list of characters and see if anybody starts with that, with those things. But let's go ahead and pick, I guess I'll go with Engineer, because we can just start with screwdrivers. This should get us the melee and engineering scaling. And I will also try to... we're going to try to leave 20 materials on the ground at some point. So I'll pick up these materials until we can get the scaling here. Or until we can get the unlocks here. And let's go ahead and take 2 engineering, and then I don't need any of these things, so let's roll. I guess I'll sell out of the wrenches as well, because I just want 6 screwdrivers as quickly as possible. And we're ignoring everything else here. We're just buying screwdrivers because we're just hoping to get the unlocks. And go to the next wave here. I guess I need a little bit of regeneration if I want to get hit by 3 projectiles. I probably should have done that in the Lich run, since the Lich has so much inherent healing. So if you want to optimize your unlocks a little further, you can do it that way. But I'll just pick up some regeneration here later on. I'm not doing the 20 materials on the ground yet, because I need to get at least 2 more screwdrivers first. So let's buy a screwdriver, and we'll roll, buy a screwdriver, and there we go. We unlocked both of those things, so that's perfect. I actually don't know if those pop-ups are showing up for you as well. I'm getting pop-ups, but sometimes those achievement pop-ups are in a separate overlay, so I hope they're showing up. Okay, so this wave, I'm going to leave 20 materials on the ground. And let's tank 1. Oh, get hit by 3 enemy projectiles in 1 wave. Well, I just got the pop-up for it, even though I only got hit by 1 enemy projectile. So it seems like that unlock might be bugged, or it's counting across multiple waves. But there we go. Then we left 20 materials on the ground. And was there any other unlock that I wanted to get in this run? Let's pop up the codex. We need ranged weapons. I can probably just swap over to ranged weapons here, so we'll start selling out of our... we got 2 ranged weapons, both of which scale with melee damage. But I'm just going to roll until I find a ranged weapon, and then we'll sell out of our screwdrivers. So here we go. There's a Ghost Scepter. And these sell for 4 each, so if I sell all of them, I won't be able to afford it. So just so we don't die, I'll go straight to the next wave here. Probably faster to do it this way than to start a new run. Maybe with the Ranger, since you start with 2 ranged weapons already. You can get this faster than by selling and rebuying, but... this way we've got a lot of money, so we should be able to pick up a bunch of ranged weapons quickly. If I die, which is possible, we only have 15 health, then we'll have to do something a little different. So let's go ahead and just take random stuff here, and then we will sell out of all of these screwdrivers, and we'll just buy the first 6 ranged weapons we see, and then I believe we will have done all of the unlocks. So that's a ranged weapon, that's a ranged weapon. Roll here, that's a ranged weapon, and we'll roll again, and there we go. So next wave we'll be able to pick it up. And then we'll get to try the new character. I will also put timestamps on the video for when we first start our run with the new character, so people who just want to skip to that can do so. Ouch. Walking into projectiles, which I no longer need to do. So let's click randomly, and then we will take the SMG. And then, I believe, let's look at the codex, it pops up so aggressively there. The only thing that we need to do is win a run with the Beastmaster. So, we have unlocked the Beastmaster. Start with 1 bonk dog. Start with 1 catling gun. Start with 1 loot worm. It's one of these where you have to very carefully, if you want to scroll over. You can't equip weapons. 2% speed for every permanent pet you have. Pet damage also scales with all damage types, plus 10 luck. Okay. That's an interesting character, so let's go ahead and end the run. And then I am going to start a run with the Beastmaster. Alright, so we are going to jump in with the new character. I just quickly cut the video to make it easy to do the timestamps. So, we have the Beastmaster. You cannot equip weapons, 2% speed for every pet we have, which currently is giving us 6, because we start with 3 pets. Pet damage also scales with melee range, so all the damage types, and 10 luck. And we have the Bonk Dog. This will deal 10 damage, scaling at 60% of all the damage types. Every 5 seconds, it does a dash and explodes. The Catling Gun, which deals 10 damage a shot, and attack speed increases when the player stays close. And the Loot Worm spawns a loot worm that collects materials and destroys trees, which I predict is going to be one of my very favorite items. So let's take a look at this. So I'm going to try to let the loot worm pick everything up. I really like, so you can see the radius on the extra attack speed for the Catling gun is pretty low. Normally in Abyssal Terrors, you can only have the maximum amount of money that you can get in the first wave is 56. Unless a tree spawns, then you can get 59. We got 59 with no tree spawning because we got... oh, actually, did we get a tree spawn? Maybe we did. But we got 1 extra material from the loot worm as well. I just didn't see the tree spawn because the loot worm killed it. All right, well, more trees is going to be good. We're going to start with harvesting. There's no reason we can't use harvesting. We don't need attack speed on this character because pets don't scale with attack speed. So we'll pass on that. I'll buy the book here. 9 for 1 damage is pretty good. And we probably will want other engineering items. We're going to want any structures that we see. So finding more engineering is good. We'll also buy mostly melee damage since it's the easiest to scale, and all our pets scale with every damage type. So we'll go ahead and ban these 2 items for a free reroll here. Okay, we got another pet, the Jelly Shield. This blocks projectiles. Interesting. Okay, so we're gonna... we also got all the animal items. That's really fun, actually. So we definitely want these 2. I'll buy the... I'll just buy the Jelly Shield here. Baby Gecko I'm not sure about, because it's gonna steal material pickup from our loot worm, which will reduce our income. But we are... I think the loot worm is maybe too slow from what I saw to pick up everything. I think let's pass on the Baby Gecko for now. We already have a pickup item, so I can pick up some of these materials myself, and I can let the loot worm get as many as possible as well. And we'll see how that goes. Okay, so the loot worm's gonna run off and kill this tree for us. Nice. So currently it's picking up a bunch of stuff. No, get the tree! Get the tree! Oh, nice, it got it. Okay, and then here I'm gonna reroll and reroll again. I'm looking for more harvesting. This character can use harvesting just fine, so of course that's what we want to start with, but let's take 2 regen here. These rerolls are getting pretty expensive, and we have a bunch of items locked. Here I will take the penguin, and I'll lock the helmet, but throw in a reroll, because there's definitely some other items that we want. We can lock all of these. I do think that even though it costs me a little bit of damage on all of my pets, because we do have range damage scaling, I do still want the cute monkey. This character is going to struggle to stay alive, I think. Because... So it looked like a bunch of materials got pulled over to the loot worm there. That's interesting. I'm not sure how that happened. But anyways, this character is going to struggle to stay alive because our damage is dealt very randomly around the map, rather than to stuff that's specifically threatening us. So we're going to need a lot of healing really early. So here I'm going to take 4 melee damage. I do want to scale the damage of my weapons. 3 regen is also very tempting, but making sure that our pets can actually kill stuff is going to be really important. We will pick up all of these as well, and then do a reroll. Scared Sausage, this is going to be a nice item for us as well. Elemental damage will work pretty well for us, and this should just deal be extra damage on all of our pets. So let's reroll here. I will take the helmet and the cake as well. More armor, more HP, very important. It's nice that we get just move speed by buying pets as well, so the helmet reducing our speed isn't that big a deal. I think, buy the garden also. Garden is just pretty good healing, which again, we're gonna need. Okay, so 12 damage on each of my pets here. We're standing near the cat to try to increase its speed. The loot worm is very good at killing trees. That's actually a really nice item for characters that normally struggle to kill trees. So there might be some benefits to that as well on just like some other characters. I'm kind of running off to try to pick up materials that are going to be hard for the loot worm to get to. Here we'll take 8 more harvesting, and then I'm going to roll. I think we can get a level 2 upgrade. Okay, we'll take 10 more harvesting. And let's buy... I thought I would be able to afford everything here. Do I want the garden more, or if I could leave the garden locked? I could also just ban it and get a free reroll. This character can use bans to get free rerolls pretty effectively, so I think we're just going to do that. Garden, of course, is a fine item. It's not one that we're like specifically trying to get rid of, but just getting 4 free materials there is pretty good, and even more off our next reroll as well. We'll buy the jelly shield here for sure. Also just getting to buy more stuff this wave. So we'll buy the jelly shield and we'll buy the lemonade. We didn't end up using the discount on our subsequent rerolls, but that's okay. We found 2 more good items. So banning the garden there, yes, we lost the ability to buy gardens, but that's an item that's just kind of medium for us. Better than average, but just getting to buy 2 more good things this shop is way more valuable, I think. Alright, not having piercing shots of any kind is making my cat here a lot less effective. I need the dog to do a big explosion and clear a bunch of those enemies. It's hard to stay near the cat when we're behind on clear speed like this. So I really need another damage pet. We're gonna have to roll for that. I'll definitely take the campfire. We can use elemental damage, and of course regen is always good. And then we'll take 4 more regeneration here. A laser turret is a great find. I might need it before the baby squid. I really want both, of course, but we've got to be able to kill stuff, and we're struggling with that, so I will just buy the laser turret there, and then we'll lock these other 3 items. Maybe give up 1 regen from the baby squid, but having the turret is going to help us get kills so much faster. Laser turret this early is really nice. It's very powerful at this stage of the game, because it usually one-shots most enemies, and because it has the piercing shots, it will help give you a lot of extra clear. Later on, it'll fall off, but for now, it's a really big boost to our killing power. Okay, the jelly shield there absorbed a shot from the pufferfish, so that was kind of fun. I also liked the thunk sound that it made. Let's see if we can get that to happen again. Yeah. Okay, I like the sound effect on that. Do I need more max HP? I think I'm gonna roll for another defensive stat. Although this is not a guaranteed high level upgrade. Let's just take 6 max HP. My max HP is really bad. Now, we can't use attack speed. Pets do not benefit from attack speed. Yeah, they don't benefit from range or attack speed. So we don't need this 15%. Let's roll here, and we'll take 2 armor. Here, if I can afford everything, this is a great shop because we can just buy it all and then we'll roll. Doc Moth. Okay, yeah, so we looked at this one already. This heals everything, or this will double our regen while we're inside the aura, so that's amazing. And then I guess we'll just buy every item in this shop as well. I really like these jelly shields also. I think this is a really nice item for Abyssal Terrors. I think it's actually going to be pretty good. It makes the lampreys a lot safer to fight, and the pufferfish a lot safer to fight. We are kind of struggling to kill the walrus, because again, my damage is pretty low. But this laser turret remains an all-star for us. Okay, that projectile hit me even through my jellyfish shield. There's also some elites that this jellyfish will be really good against, too. One ranged damage, of course, just scales the damage of our weapons a little bit. And we'll take 3 armor here. I need more damage as well, but it's really hard to pass up 3 armor. And then we will buy all of these items. Take a reroll here. Definitely the Gentle Alien. Adrenaline, I currently have 6 dodge, and I do want the boiling water. Just any more damage that we can get is good, and it will work with our scared sausage as well. Do I want the adrenaline? I don't think it's worth locking that. We're just probably not going to be able to build dodge. Ooh, okay, so we're bright green here. So if I take a hit, you can see that we're healing for 2. Yeah, I mean, this is a really strong healing item if you can stay in it. For this character, it's a little worse because we need to stay near our cat to be able to kill stuff most of the time. So we won't be able to stay in the moth aura as easily as other characters will. But there's a lot of characters that can just stay permanently inside the aura and just get extra regen. And when we do need to heal, the ability to run to that and just heal back up is going to be invaluable. I'm trying to stay near my cat and my laser turret. We really need to find another damage pet. Nice, we got the tree at the end. I will take Baby Gecko now when it shows up like this, and this is damage neutral. I don't know if the pets can critically hit. It says that they don't scale with range or attack speed. It doesn't say that they don't scale with crit chance. But I think I'll just recycle this. Oh, actually, I guess trading to ranged, it's damage neutral, but the elemental damage is better than the ranged damage because it works with our scared sausage. I could start building dodge, but I think I just need more max HP first. Okay, Wandering Bot is a pet now. That's fun. I've been keeping an eye out for items that have changed and haven't seen that many, but Wandering Bot being both a pet and a structure is kind of a fun upgrade to this. It means that we got extra move speed by buying it. So I'm going to buy the Wandering Bot. I still don't know if it's incredible for this character, but it's not but we're not going to pass up on a pet on the Beastmaster character. All right, we'll definitely take a fertilizer, but do I need the sharp bullet first? The piercing shots on our cat are going to be really good. It will hurt the pierce damage on my laser turret, but I think we need the clear speed more, so I'm going to buy all of these items, but we'll start with the sharp bullet, because the cat being able to kill more things is going to matter a lot. Getting to stay near both of these. Unfortunately, our turret spawned in a really awkward spot, so I'm hanging out with the cat, but not with the laser turret right now. The radius that you can move away from the cat is real small before you lose the extra attack speed. Okay, our loot worm is off chasing down that tree for us. So we're definitely... I'm kind of losing track of where the cat is on the map. I wonder if there is an option to highlight pets. I should look at the options here. I'm also... The bubble trail that they've added is cute, but a little bit distracting as well. Let's roll here, and I'll just take 4 more regeneration. Let me actually check if there is a visual effect, etc., gameplay. See if there is a way to highlight our pets or anything like that. Doesn't look like it. I'm going to buy all of these items, I think. Losing an armor for the wheelbarrow is a little painful, but of course, harvesting is still really good, and it gets us to the perfect amount of harvesting. Knockback could be pretty good on this character, so the cog is actually interesting as well. Also, bowler hat doesn't really have downsides, so I'll buy that. I'll do a reroll here. We'll lock the tree. I don't think I want a second baby gecko, at least not at full price. Okay, we finally found... This is what I was really hoping for, is we finally found another damage pet, the Beastmaster. So this one does burning projectiles in all directions every 4 seconds, and sets enemies on fire, scaling with all of our damage as well. I don't know if I can afford to buy the Lucky Charm, actually, because our damage is low. It's going to reduce it by 3, so we're actually going to pass on Lucky Charm there. And in fact, maybe I should have locked it to ban as well. Because my damage is low, it's going to cost me 3 scaling damage, because we scale with all of those types of damage, so losing 2 and 1 ranged and melee will, of course, hurt our damage output. And it's also just really expensive, and I need to buy more damage items and more ways to kill things. We just need to find more structures, more pets, more base damage for all our characters. Okay, getting the lampreys to spawn is pretty scary, but I guess we do have the jellyfish, which are going to help a lot. It doesn't look like there's a cooldown or anything on the jellyfish blocking projectiles, so that makes lampreys a lot safer when we have 3 of these. Yeah, we were so much safer thanks to these guys than we would be normally. I'll take the wheelbarrow here, and then I'll do a reroll, or do I just take 6 HP? I think we'll just take 6 health. I only had 43. Get another pet, which is great. So now we have a Beastmaster, and then we'll buy these, take our reroll. Pocket Factory is nice as well. This will also apply the burning damage from our scared sausage, though that's not super high currently. My percent damage is pretty awful, but let's buy the cog, and then I think gonna roll past the bone dice, because yeah, I'm really looking for more stuff like this. So another Beastmaster, and here I will lock the insanity. We will buy the other 3 items, ban the insanity, and get our reroll. Pocket Factory is a really nice find. We have a bunch of trees. So our little loot worm is going to run off and kill the trees for us. Okay, I really like how the Beastmaster looks. Little Tyrannosaurus guy running around. So our loot worm's going to run off and kill the trees for us, and then that will spawn Pocket Factory turrets. So this character has a lot of synergies. It is hard to get enough clear speed to stay alive on this character, though. But at least the loot worm is giving us bonus economy, and we have a ton of harvesting. So even though we're not killing as many enemies as other characters would, I've managed to build a lot of defensive stats because we haven't had to buy items or weapons. Yeah, we'll take the metal detector. We'll take the duct tape. Do I want 4 regen here, or I could roll for armor? We're level 15, so we have a guaranteed +3 armor if I roll into it. So I'm gonna look for that, because 3 armor is better than pretty much any other stat you can get. A second Beastmaster. Having 2 of these probably isn't as good as having 2 of other pets. Oh, let's look at the stat tracking. Okay, I really like that it... Yeah, I really, really like that it tracks the explosive damage and normal damage separately. 17k from the cat, 17k from the bonk dog, and 7k from the Blazemander, which we've only had for like 2 waves. So that's pretty good as well. And then we're banning here for our reroll. I will buy a penguin here, lock the weird food, lock the head injury. Spyglass, I don't think we need. I'm not going to lock it, but we don't need range on this character at all. And reroll price is fine, but it's going to take a long time to pay off, and I need to get stronger in the short term, I think. Okay, so this enemy has a bunch of projectiles, but they only exist on the map for a short time, so it's hard for our jellyfish to do that much against it, but they are doing some stuff. But I think if I stay near the butterfly here, we just, like, can't die, because I have effectively 40 regeneration at that point. And we're blocking all the projectiles. I need to get back to my pets and everything, though. Try to get the cat attacking faster here. We definitely don't have the damage to kill the elite, which I was expecting, because this is kind of a... It's similar to an engineering build, where killing elites is usually very difficult. Yeah, we'll take the pearl for sure. I will lose 1 elemental damage for 8 luck. I think that's fine. And then I could take 3 engineering. It's better than 2 range damage, of course. But let's roll. I think we can still do better. And we'll take 2 armor. And we'll roll. And we'll take 4 engineering here. That's nice. Losing 2 damage for the Peaceful Bee is definitely not where we want to be. So let's roll here. We'll take the coupon. Mastery is plus 3 damage for 126. So I don't think that's good at all. Let's re-roll here. Okay, here's another structure. The Bottomine. It's a pet and a structure. Spawns a Bottomine structure that shoots bullets, dealing 44 damage. That's pretty good. Also spawns a landmine every 5 seconds. So it's a really strong screwdriver as well. So this is an amazing find. I'll take the Rip and Tear as well, but I guess we'll buy the tree first. And we'll lock Rip and Tear, do a reroll here. We currently have 5 structures, but 15 engineering is still really good, and in fact, we just want all of these items as well. Alright, so let's see. Okay, so our little Bottomine guy is following me, and shoots 1 bullet, and then spawns landmines. So it's cool that that guy follows you around. I assume its normal scaling is with engineering. It's kind of fun that I don't have to pay attention to where trees spawn, because our little loot worm guy is going and getting them for us. Trying to pick up... I'm trying to pick up the materials that are out of the way for the loot worm. So it can focus on grabbing these, like, big concentrations rather than running off after little bits like it did there. But it's also going to go after trees. I do like that its AI prioritizes killing trees before picking up materials. We made 700 that wave. Do I want another baby gecko? I think so. I think trying to get the loot worm to pick up everything is not that important. I'll take another Lost Duck. We'll take 2 more armor. And then here we're going to buy out this whole shop. I can't quite afford to do that, right? So let's buy the Rip and Tear. It's more clear speed. Oh, I can. I totally did the math wrong. Plus 2 damage, but it turns a bunch of worse damage types into elemental damage, which is good for our double scared sausage. Or no, wait, we only have... Well, we will have double scared sausage. And I'll slow enemy movement speed as well. I think we again just want to buy this whole shop. It's funny that we still have 4 bans as well. We just keep getting really good items. Or at least items that I want to try. The fact that pets scale with your percent damage is interesting as well, because turrets, of course, do not. So pets getting extra percent damage scaling makes them much easier to work into a normal build where you'll be building percent damage. And you'll often have the right damage type for the pet. Like, if you find... I assume this Catling gun normally scales with just range damage on non-Beastmaster characters. So if you find one of those on just a range damage character, it's probably a pretty good item to just buy. We keep getting more trees. Another bottom mine I'm very happy with. This is a really good damage item for us. Let me re-roll here. I think we can get a level 3 stat if we roll a bit. The ranged damage isn't that exciting, but I guess it's still plus 3 damage on all my pets, so I will take it. And then we'll buy all of these items. We'll roll. I'm not building any crit, so unfortunately the hunting trophy isn't going to be that good. We don't really need more move speed. Plus 5 damage on the reinforced steel is good as well, and then another scared sausage is really nice. We'll take the defective steroids also. I'm going to pass on the blood donation. I don't really need the harvesting at this point, and the 1 damage per second is pretty dangerous. Alright, so I am wondering if now that we have the double robot, they will be enough to kill the elite. Because that's a lot of extra DPS. It's burning constantly. We're putting the cat damage on it. Yeah, we're definitely going to kill the elite. We also have more damage spawning from our pocket factory over time. So that's cool. The fact that we were able to kill the elite because we had these 2 guys following you is huge. The bottom mines. I think that this is the most powerful pet of the ones that we've seen so far, because for other builds, like for engineering builds, if their bullet damage scales with engineering, it is massive that they follow you, because normally you have a really hard time focusing damage on specific enemies with engineering characters, but for the with those guys, you'll be able to focus damage on specific enemies. Get a free pearl, which is great. Yeah, we have a coil, so all this knockback is nice, and the knockback is going to work well with what we're doing as well, because it'll help protect our character. We're level 20. I'm just going to roll here, I think. I could start building dodge as well, but just picking up 3 more armor seems really good. And then we'll buy these. We'll ban the banner, because range and attack speed don't help us at all. I think we can get away with the peacock here. We haven't been taking that many hits. We'll buy the clockwork wasp as well, and I'll lock the cute monkey. I do still think it's worth losing a range damage for a cute monkey. It's just a lot of healing. I do need to be pretty careful this wave. This is a dangerous wave for this character because it's not easy for us to focus down the turrets, or the towers. So it's likely that some mini-bosses will spawn. That said, now that I have these 2 little bot guys, I can run my character over to the towers. I love our little loot worm. He's doing so good. Also, we found like 10 trees, which is pretty nice. Yeah, another Dock Moth. It's 30 extra regen effectively when we're in the aura. That is incredible. I suspect that this item will need to be nerfed to like 1.5 times your regen, although I don't know if that'll be technically possible, since it does it just by doubling the amount that you get. Yeah, we'll take 5 more regeneration, sure. Another bonk dog, perfect. I guess we will ban this crit chance item because we have minus 10% crit chance. Still not sure if the pets scale with crit or not. A medical turret, we probably just don't need. I'll take the metal detector, and we'll take the mutation as well. It does cost me some damage because we have a coil, So we lose 3% damage, but +1 ranged and elemental is too good. I'll lock this, and then, nice, 2 more pets. That's great. We'll also take the pumpkin. We have a sharp bullet, so that'll increase our piercing damage. Very excited about this. What is our... Okay, unfortunately, our salamanders, I think they only have a, like, radius that they aggro to, so I guess we need to pull enemies to them to get them to start attacking. If they get stuck in the corner like they did there. They started the wave by running off into the corner, and then there were no enemies, so they stopped moving. So the cat is getting extra attack speed sometimes when I'm not there. I'm trying to figure out what's doing that. Is it when... Yeah, oh! It's because it determines whether I'm close to it based on whether it's in my pickup radius, I think. So when the loot worm walks next to it, which has a pickup radius, it's counting as me being close to the cat. So that's kind of cool. Yeah, we'll take this. We can't use the lifesteal, but the regen... Actually, I'm just assuming we can't use the lifesteal. It's very possible that we can use the lifesteal and that the pets lifesteal. I don't think they do, but again, brand new mechanic. We will definitely take Strange Book here. I'll take another Wandering Bot, Corrupted Shard. Fertilizer at this point, still worth taking for 13 materials. And then let's roll. I'll just take 2 more armor. It's so nice to be able to focus on purely defensive stats as well, because we don't have to buy weapons at all. Buy another bottom mine, and that should help us kill the boss faster. Tardigrade, still just 1 damage. Let's reroll here. We'll definitely take the knot. We can't buy weapons anyways, and we'll take the cog as well. Now that we have 3 of these robot guys, I think we're gonna kill the boss really fast. I guess the joke is it's supposed to be like, this little bottom mine, I'm gonna let it shine. So right now I'm just kind of tap moving and watching, because we can actually adjust the position of these quite precisely. Because they follow in a little formation, and they always follow pretty deterministically. So if we wanted to have them stand in a specific place, it looks like we can do that. So that's very good to know. We don't have any use for crystal, so we'll just recycle that. I'm definitely taking Ricochet, letting the bouncing shots happen, and we'll take Snake as well. We'll take 4 engineering here, and then I will buy all of these items, and we'll roll. We'll buy a pumpkin, and I'll roll here, and Sift's Relic will mean that we won't get our loot worm. Although, actually, so is it possible that the loot worm, that things get pulled to the loot worm? I'm going to buy the Sift's Relic just to see. I think it'll probably pull the materials to me, but I wonder if they've made it so that they get pulled to the loot worm. We're just going to do science there. And then an Ice Cube is pretty good for the Beastmaster. All of our attacks are always elemental damage because all of our pets scale with all the damage types. Having Ricochet means that we're clearing these enemies much faster as well. And now our damage is being dealt to everything, so that's great. And yeah, having 3 bottom mines, we don't need this going into the boss wave. We'll take the compass here for sure. But having 3 of those is super strong, I think, because it'll help us kill the bosses. Here, I'm just going to take 8 melee damage, because that will just increase the damage of all of my... And then, yeah, we'll take 4 engineering. I ended up with 2 bands left over, which means I obviously should have used my bands earlier, but we do get a free reroll there. And then let's just take the Wandering Bot, because it's a pet, and we'll roll here, and can't buy the Dock Moth, sadly. Roll again, and roll again, just for fun, see what else we can get. Another Wandering Bot. So yeah, we're gonna see if Sif's Relic pulls stuff to our Loot Worm here. But having all of the bottom mines here, 4 of them, that should help us kill the bosses much faster. You can see they've kind of caught up in damage to the other things. They've dealt 60k. These guys have dealt 75k. These have dealt 75k. And my cat has dealt 64k. So pretty even across the board for the different pets. Alright, so now I'm going to wait until my 4 little robots have gathered together, and then we'll just pull them to where they're shooting the bosses. The bosses are also a lot easier with these jellyfish, I have to say. So does it work on those ground targeted attacks? It's hard to tell. But I am reducing the projectiles, though. The snake boss's projectiles that circle it just respawn constantly. So you can't get rid of those attacks. But there we go. We have defeated the Beastmaster, and we have unlocked the Scapegoat. Spawns a Scapegoat pet that moves around the map and gets targeted by enemies instead of the player. Oh, I totally forgot to look at whether Sif's Relic was pulling materials to my Loot Worm also, so someone let me know in the comments. I completely forgot to pay attention to that. Spawns a Scapegoat pet that moves around the map and gets targeted by enemies instead of the player. When it dies, the player can revive it by standing next to it. That is very cool. I don't know how useful it's going to be. That seems like one that is more cute than actually powerful, because enemies just not targeting you is not that big a deal. You should have the clear speed to kill enemies as they get close to you, and it will probably be annoying in some cases if they are running away from you instead of letting you kill them faster. So that's going to be an interesting item. I'll have to see how it plays. It's obviously a level 4 unique, so we may not get a chance to see how that plays for a while, but that's super fun. So let me just check the codex, make sure that we've unlocked everything, and it looks like we have. So I'm very much looking forward to doing runs with all of these pets. We'll definitely do more Beastmaster runs, because this character's a blast, actually. So far, I'm really loving what I am seeing from the update also. All these items look really cool. I love the graphics for all of them as well. They seem like they're going to be really fun for a lot of builds as well. I think that these pets will be actually really interesting to work with on non-Beastmaster builds. Of course, on the Beastmaster, you buy all of them that you can see. But on other characters, I think that these will be really interesting options, and some of them will be pretty powerful. This is a really nice upgrade for engineering builds as well, which I think still need just a little bit of help, but this is a very powerful item. So the bottom mine, I think, is one of my favorites. The Dock Moth might need to be nerfed a little bit. It's looking maybe too strong. Doubling your regen is incredibly powerful. There's a reason that's a level 4 item normally, so I would expect this maybe to get bumped up in rarity. Oh, Loot Worm is unique, okay. Forgot that it was unique. I would have loved for the Loot Worm for you to be able to have multiples of it, but probably better for balance that it's unique. And then the Jelly Shield, I think this item is actually incredible. It just makes it so much easier not to die to all of the things that are really threatening. Alright, so that was the Beastmaster and the Paws and Claws update. Really looking forward to trying more with this, and of course I'll be, providing my feedback and stuff as I keep playing the beta, and I hope that you all enjoyed the video. As always, if you have, feel free to leave a comment and hit like. Helps me out with the algorithm, so I appreciate you taking the time to do that. And of course, you can subscribe to my channel for more Brotato and more Paws and Claws and other strategy game analysis. Cheers, folks. I'll catch you next time.